If you want to learn Pilates foundations, but you don't want to piece together a bunch of videos or feel like you're thrown in trying to wing and understand what you're doing, this 6-part series is for you. Hey, welcome back. I'm Kari. I specialize in helping midlife men and women stay strong, balanced, so your body doesn't hold you back from the sports and activities you love. So let's get moving. Hi, I'm Kari Sherman from Core Strength Pilates. I run a CORE Foundations Pilates course online, and this is a little tidbit coming to YouTube just to kind of give you an idea of what all your foundations should include. And we're going to break it up into 6 videos. Each video is going to be what we call a start position, which is exactly what it sounds like, where you start for those series of exercises. So for today, all you need is a space to stand. We're going to be doing standing Pilates today, and just run through a few of the select exercises from this part in my course, okay? So come standing. Standing in neutral, our standing start series, we're going to have a look down at your feet. When we talk about your feet, you want them to be hip distance apart. So I'm not talking here, okay? I see this all the time in my classes. It has to do, if you can feel your little hip bones there, your iliac crests, that's what you want in line with your feet. So have a little look down, and then make sure that the insides of your feet are parallel, and adjust. Good. And then from there, you're going to rock gently through the feet, very gentle, forward and backwards. So you're shifting your weight through your feet. And then you're coming steady your weight. So you feel your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. Gives you like this tripod of even balance and strength, and you're really grounded. Okay? Arms are going to go down by your side. Working our way up. Our knees are not, so if you can see, like this is hyperextended, this is bent. Our knees are just slightly released. And if you go ahead and lock your knees, right, you're going to feel like none of this is working. If you release them slightly, suddenly you're going to feel that you have access to all these muscles, and that's why we worked with the release knee. 3 heaviest parts of your body. You have your pelvis, your rib cage, and your head. You want all 3 of them to be stacked, and of course they are, with this wonderful thing called spine. And you're going to stand there, let your arms go, just relax, let them hang. Nature will do its job there. And then we say grow through the crown of the head, or lengthen the spine. So you know when if you were little and you wanted to go on that roller coaster, but you weren't quite tall enough, and you know they were checking your height, and you're like, you had to grow. That's exactly it. Lengthening. So you were lengthening your spine. You were doing Pilates already, you just didn't know it. Lengthen the spine. This is your start position for standing. Okay, so it's an active position at the moment. Don't worry about anything else other than, if you see, a lot of I find particularly women, I think it's just the way our bodies are, our ribs, we tend to want to go into extension. So if you put your hands on your ribs, you need your ribs to be, we'll say, connected, okay? So this is tucked or flexed. This is my neutral. This is extended. So here, my rib cage is in neutral, and I am standing tall. Check, let's go. First exercise is called floating arms. So I have my released knees. Don't think too much of it about the breath. I'm going to tell you the breath, but don't panic about it, okay? Breathing in as you bring your arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing towards each other. As you breathe out, rotate so you push the air down, grow through the crown of the head. Lovely. 2 more. So breathing in. And rotate the arms, push the air down. Last one, breathing in. And out, lengthen the spine. Keep that spine nice and long. We're going into lateral flexion. So keep your one arm down by your side directly. The other arm is going to come up. We want this kind of arc position. So when you lift your arm, you're going to raise your shoulder up. We don't want that. Shoulder down and engaged, elbow slightly bent. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, head and shoulder, you're going to laterally flex to the side, all the way over. Good. Think about sending these ribs down to come up, and let's do the other side. This arm is guiding me. This arm is into neutral position, lengthen through the crown of the head, and breathing out to go over. Initiate with these ribs. That will make sense as you continue on your Pilates journey. One more on each side. Breath in, breathing out. I love this. Breathing in and out. Coming on up. Roll the shoulders back. Good. A Pilates squat. So a Pilates squat is even flexion of your knees and your hips, okay? And it's just starting to understand you're in neutral now, and neutral is everything in Pilates. So the more you understand neutral in your early foundations, the higher you're going to fly through your Pilates. So as you bend your hips, think about bending the hips, but don't let this shape change, right? It's like you're about to sit down. So what we don't want is you to tuck under. That's going to go into your low back. So you're going to send your knees are bent, inner thighs are still active, so keeping everything strong in the midline, and then push through your feet to come up. Gently draw your belly in. That's engaging your core, and we'll talk a little more about that in another week. But for now, I want you to feel like the weight is going even through your feet. Your legs are going out or in, so your inner thighs are gently working to keep your midline strong. One more of these. And coming up. Shake it out. Pilates squats. Good. Balance and working on one side is really important in Pilates. Balance is crucial, particularly as we get older. At every stage, you don't want to lose your balance. You need to keep all your stabilizers strong for whatever it is. So if you run, you need your stabilizers for when you go over the rock, right? You don't want to fall. You don't want to injure yourself. So balance work. So your knees are slightly released. Have your feet a little less than hip distance apart now. You're going to shift your weight over onto the left side. Draw your belly in for that core connection. And then lift up the right heel, toe. As you float, I'm going to turn. As you float that leg up, don't move your pelvis. So I'm only hinging from the knee, right? As opposed to here. That's flexing under, hinging. And then bring that leg down. And then you're going to have a look. Your feet are next to each other. Shift your weight. Now my knee on the right-hand side is released. Heel toe float my left leg up. Keeping everything nice and steady. Bringing that foot down. Good. Let's do one more on each side. So shift to the left. Heel toe float the right leg up. Carefully bring it down. Other side. If this is really wobbly, that could do with hip strength, inner thigh strength, just general balance, ankle strength, and all of these things we work in Pilates. Good. And then the last exercise is, it's called stadium wave, right? So it's toe work, it's footwork. So have your feet back to hip distance apart. You want to feel like, have a look down at your toes, because having that mind-body connection in Pilates is really important. And you can't do toe work without looking at them. It truly makes a difference. So you're looking down at your toes, and then it's like, at the football games, when everyone goes like this through the crowds. You want to lift a little toe, and then the middle toes, then the big toe and the left foot, and then the big toe, and then the middle toe and the right foot, and then the little, right? And then reverse it. So have a look, and it takes a little moment to kind of get it. And after a few, you should feel like you can start to get these toes to move. Why do we want these toes to move? First of all, keeping these joints supple will help various things. Most important, it helps to keep your natural walk. So when you walk, obviously you need to have that bend to carry on. If you don't have that bend, that's when you tend to trip, right? Also, keeping the joints and these muscles supple will help negate getting bunions. Bunions is just when the big toe, the joint, and loses its mobility and the muscles slacken off and it just kind of starts to rotate in. So toe work, footwork. Good. That today concludes our standing series. So please continue on through the series, or if you're watching this as soon as it's dropped, it will be continue to subscribe and watch this series. I hope this has been useful. Let me know if you have any comments. And as always, if you want to check out my page or my website, my foundation course, all the information's in the link. Most important, I hope you enjoyed today and have a good one. See ya.